Speaking of vibes, I guess we can begin. I guess if Derf will be able to join, then he will midway through his peril. And apologies, but my brain will be waking up during the first
No
like
problem.
half an hour or something. Okay, so as I remember, last time we finished off the party successfully enacted their drowning ritual, and now pretty much most of or all of the Redlow district has been drowned and sunk underwater with horrific casualties amongst the populace, but also quite a few of them. Like in character, you do not know the exact number, but it's around 31,000 people that sold their souls to the Deep One in a desperate attempt to basically prolong their lives, to not die during this cataclysm.
Need to get the passive that lets them breathe underwater. Huh?
Yeah, something along those lines, but yeah, now they are in servitude with pretty much more responsibilities but less power than the proper cultists get. Those that actually served out of their own faith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put you there for a moment. The map has been updated a bit.
Hell yeah.
The bridges have been destroyed. And also in character, I don't believe the information has reached your ears just yet. But yeah, the gladiatorial district, they also didn't have fun. And pretty much it's you do see those colored areas, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I do.
good, because some things I'm remembering that on the DMCs unless I said something. The gladiatorial district is not fun. As you were defending the ritual sites, no proper attack came, but you had to foil an attempt to build a pontoon bridge, like a makeshift bridge. And also one of you, specifically Timir, was scryed on, or attempted to scry on.
Yes, attempted is a good word.
But because the high priest, as he was the one that was casting this, was pretty much going off a vibe check and had like a very broad searching query, aka who is the fucking person that's fucking shit up. The DC to save against that was pretty low, so flat out gonna admit that most of like district handouts were not updated. I kind of focused on
That's fine.
the actual in the handouts, Igor's advice. Pretty much that has been updated in terms of information. And I think I did say, and you know that in character, that after the ritual is done in the morning of today, of 13th Sarenith, press breakers have arrived at the outskirts of the city.
Woo!
believe that was the case.
Yeah, it sounds great.
That's how I set it up.
I remember we wanted it all to happen around the same time, so it would make sense.
Yeah. And having explained that, and now remembered I was gonna ask bookkeeping questions because I do not fucking remember.
Bless you.
So, some stuff. Church, you might remember. I hope that. Did I give you the loot from Percival Thorn, your nemesis?
No, he didn't have anything crazy on him.
He did.
Wasn't he the guy who had the Mage Slayer?
No, not Mage Slayer. He
No.
had like a personal item on him.
No, he had a.
He
We
had
didn't
a
get anything from him specific.
Okay, so I need
Yeah.
to.
I think we got the loot from that fight, but not the loot
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to rectify that.
We'll have to go back to his dungeon and reform him then.
No, you got this item. So I'm gonna just drag them to your party stash.
Oh.
Because from stuff that's interesting, that's gonna be Blink Blade.
Ooh. Sounds fancy.
And Cane Pistol.
Oh, this fucking thing that he shot me with.
Yeah.
He shot me like 4 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thing that nearly took your goddamn head off.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't use that shit. Someone else use it. Puts it up to the party. Looks at Rogue. You want these?
Alright, because yeah, Cane Pistol is a martial weapon. But Blink Blade is a simple one.
My hand does more damage than that Blink Blade ever will. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
That little Blink Blade, it cannot do 3d10 plus 1d6 fire damage.
I'll take it just because it lets me teleport.
True, it does.
Once per day.
That's what I was about to suggest. You take it for an extra escape.
Yeah.
Because I don't need the escapes.
Can you move it to my inventory since I don't
Yes, I can
remember
do.
how? Also, I managed to log in, so I am in the game.
Nice, yippee.
Alright. There you go.
Thank you.
Alright. Okay, so that was one bookkeeping thing. I mentioned the handout. It was like something more. And of course, now I don't fucking remember. Sorry, brain waking up still.
You're good. I wish I had earbuds that didn't have the frickin' hook around the back of the ear thing, because I just got my ears pierced again. And it hurts so bad to wear headphones right now. Ow.
Oosh. Ew. Ow.
The things I do for D&D.
Oh, I mean, it probably wasn't that, but I might as well mention it now that pretty much now that the district has been drowned, the bridge is destroyed. Sure, the Kraken has gotten a few more snacks, but pretty much now the deal on his end is pretty much like considered done.
Yeah.
Because like
My friend, I wave.
yeah, he probably like as you were like waving him like he was like snacking on some poor motherfuckers. Yeah, he like waved and then he like the Kraken returned to the sea because now yeah, to his own shit and pretty much what he could have done he did. Like there is no trade, no ships coming to the city.
Yeah.
Especially now
Get
that
a real one.
now that I might not always adjust the lightning level, but pretty much after this ritual, the morning, and pretty much following from this point on, the weather is constantly going to be damp, moist, rainy, and sky is heavy with dark clouds.
I cast Seattle. Seattle weather
Vancouver.
control.
Welcome to Vancouver.
Excellent. This does put a slight damper on our burn everything to the ground plan, but that's okay. We can just destroy things in other ways. We don't have to do arson.
It's also we have magic fire, so
Yeah, we can just
It'll
do like
burn
Greek
anyway.
fire or something. Just napalm them. It's fine. We can also burn buildings from the inside. So it's like, okay, it's fine. I'm so excited. The gang's getting back together. Not only is the Gladiator District going to have all my friends in it, and they're totally gonna, recognize me and be like, wow, it's that guy. And then I'm gonna be like, it's me, friends. It's gonna be great. And then also the Crestbreakers are here. So it will be like the Great Uprising.
Yeah, our character, most of that district is kind of like, imagine after quarantine / being walled off, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much like a dead zone in there
Yeah.
in terms of like,
the lawless land.
not even lawless, like there's pretty much not really many people alive in there.
Yeah.
Buildings
I
burned
imagine
down.
it's like Escape from New York, where they turn all of Manhattan Island into a prison and they just fucking throw prisoners in there.
Yeah, not even like prisoners, but pretty much the curse, the enraged curse, kind of burned itself up, as the city was mostly distracted by this, and they threw a lot of resources to contain this problem by the most destructive way they know, pretty much burning large portions of the district down. And yeah, there's a lot of smell of decay and whatnot, but they pretty much killed most, if not all, of the ones that were diseased / cursed with rage. Of course, paying a huge cost on their own. So I imagine at some point around the morning, slightly. No, actually, he wouldn't be slightly fatigued, even though if he operated. Operated without sleeping. He's powered and fueled by his faith, and his zeal is especially lit up, considering the recent miracle from their god. And Igor finds you all, I guess, before you spread around to cause more mayhem and destruction. And says, Masters Igor, it's good news. Well, potentially good news. Most of our faithful are spreading the word of our Lord and Savior, the Deep One. And Igor is hearing that many thousands of the district's former inhabitants, they are quite willing to offer penance and constrict themselves into service of our patron. Of course, not many of them know how to fight their commoners, but Igor is sure we can figure something out. And it's gonna be also a matter of equipment, but that's one thing. And the other, Igor is not sure if he mentioned, but the crest breakers have arrived, and they mentioned they will be taking a tour on the locations outside the walls, just to potentially acquire more resources and whatnot. Yeah. At some point during the morning, you will hear, and it's no matter if you're like still underground in your lair or if you're already like spread around the city, causing more destruction. But you will hear, like, first on the horizon, see like a bright flash of light that's rapidly growing into a massive orange fireball. And then a few, like 2 or 3 seconds later, actually maybe not even that much, but sufficient time passes for the shockwave and the thunder, the sound to arrive, and you will hear the dull echo of a massive explosion coming from this direction.
Can I run there? As someone who can like wall run and jump and shit, can I just fucking run there? Can I just like pick one of them up and run there?
Sure, it still takes up a bit.
Yeah.
You don't
just
just swim
curious.
there
Yeah,
too.
because
but
the
yeah.
map is like pretty much to scale in terms of distances.
I run faster than you swim, bro.
But yeah, as you are traveling towards the walls, that like small section like close to the wall due to the how the environment is set, it's not really submerged, but that doesn't really help, as the district already has this like a desolate abandoned look, and pretty much at least here you don't really see any guards on the walls. It's quite likely they are already died in the no, sorry, what I'm trying to say.
The ritual, yeah.
Even if there are like some poor schmucks that got stranded and left behind, they pose no threat. They can be
Yeah,
disposed
I'll climb
easily.
the wall and like sit on it.
Or
to look at what this is.
or basically they are abandoned, post deserted. And where the fiery brew was, now you see appropriate crater, and most of the infrastructure around just wiped out in a massive explosion. Some of the nearby fields are also burning, but with the constant rain, that fire is not gonna spread too far. Actually, no, hold on, because they also were dealing with alchemical stuff. So you see like 1 or 2 fires that they don't seem to be like stopping and dousing themselves on the rain.
I'll wait for the others to arrive and then sort of go investigate, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, just like investigating, looking
Unless
around.
it's not much of a threat that I can just walk up and be chill, you know?
I mean, it's at least several minutes after the explosion, so there's still, well, weird smells in the air as all of those concoctions, alchemical potions and whatnot they're making here, they like mix and match. And the smells mix and match. But because it's like open area and not enclosed, it's fine. Like you don't really need to make any checks to defend against potential like chemical residue and whatnot.
Very well. I'll look around and see if I can find if this was caused like on purpose or like an accident happened.
Yeah, as you'll be doing that, you will hear, although, hold on, what? Oh, no. You would hear in Aklo a call out from nearby, from someone that it takes you a moment, but you do recognize. And from the morning fog, all of you that are present there, if anyone else is present, see Bulltalk, the leader of Breakers, alongside like two of his, I guess, bodyguards.
Wave.
He notes and says, actually, you can, before that, you can make, if you want, the is there an investigation roll?
Investigation doesn't
Or
technically
party
exist.
skills.
I think there's an investigate action. Let's find out.
Would it be a perception?
I'm gonna double check.
Investigation is not an action.
So let's go with perception.
Very well.
Alright, and of course, new session, so everyone starts with 1 hero point.
No hero point.
Very well.
Right, let's get some perception checkerinos out there. Oh, man. It's good to be back, Recluse.
Okay. I'm gonna say like 20 is not really enough because like the scale of destruction pretty much wiped most of the obvious and like clear evidence of what happened. But with a 31, Timir is able to piece together plus get like a vibe feeling that this wasn't an accident. And like later, Bull talks. What Bull talk says confirms that this was a deliberate action. Pretty much someone diehard loyal to the city, to the council, to the high priest. Either diehard loyal or freaking mind controlled into doing this. Caused a large scale sabotage at the Fiery Brew. And considering they were operating with quite a few volatile materials, yeah, the resulting explosion was quite large. Mid success, I'm glad I decided to be careful and only send a few advanced scouts. Sadly, most of them perished, but well, I only lost 5 people instead of 500. No, sorry, I was 5 people instead of 50.
Very not. Blah, and update him on our situation, on how the ritual one's going and everything. Anything that hasn't been able to be sent over the message, just filling in gaps.
Very well. Very well. Our numbers didn't change that much since last communication. Still have around 200 able, experienced, strong bodies, warriors to throw at our enemies, combined with 200 to 300 of, I guess you can call them camp followers, support staff, militia, I guess. But more, I'm loath to admit it, but more cannon fodder.
Good.
Excellent.
More bodies for the pie.
I apologize if those numbers are not enough, but I set a pretty brutal pace for the group. I had to get them up to shape with how little time we had before arriving here, but the wilderness around the Menagerie, they are not fully tamed, and there were plenty of opportunities. But they did come with a cost.
Mere nods. The weak ones would have died. Anyway. Better to get it out of the way.
The weak perish and the strong thrive. That is the way of the world. And Bulldog himself now, because I did mention that before, that the picture is more like how he might look in the future, and now he looks like his token picture, like now in his back to prime condition, and bro has gained a few levels.
Excellent.
Oh shit.
I admit, unless you wish for me to take a different approach, I doubt that the remaining locations are similarly, what's the word they use, booby-trapped. So the war bands, I was gonna lead them towards Goldrock Works, Eastern Farmlands, to sack, loot, whatever useful items we'll be able to get before deciding how to proceed inwards beyond the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Not. We need to go and gather some updated intelligence on what's going on behind those walls anyway. It like points in direction to the noble districts, like the higher
Yeah.
city.
I would say let's just have these guys like sweep in this way. Just go through, explorers' quarters, southern farmland.
They will be going like all the like outside locations.
Yeah.
but they still have,
I don't know if we need to raid the lumberjacks' quarters, because if we have them stationed like here, then just we can open this gate and let them sweep through the nobles' quarters.
Yeah, and then the
Sierra.
fortress temple would probably be forced to move their guys at that point.
Yeah. Because if they attack from that side, and we come at them from the other, that at the very least splits their forces in two. Go for the two-pronged defensive. That is my plan, anyway.
I see.
We'll update you on the situation as we learn more.
Certainly do that, but if that is fine, we the Warband will sweep through Goldrock Works, Eastern Farmlands, and then we'll turn around and cross the river, and yes, we can establish ourselves at Southern Farmlands and await your signal.
Mm-hmm.
We do not have siege equipment, so
Yeah, we will open the gate for you
Yes,
from the
we'll-
inside.
Redbreakers will have to rely on your expertise in this matter.
Notes. Alright, gang. We have a upper city to cause chaos in, and a temple to destroy.
We got a city to burn.
Indeed. Well, maybe not burn. He puts out his hand as rain falls on it.
I don't know, throwing a
least
torch through a glass
raise.
window always works.
At least raising. We will be raising it.
Mhm.
Alright. So what's our plan of attack, gang?
Well, for now I realize that you will want to like check out, like do some recon to figure out what's going on in the rest of the city.
Yeah, I would say let's head into the sewers and like pop our heads out somewhere in the noble quarters and like work our way towards the gate. That way we can do some recon and kind of work our way from like I don't know, like the House of Thorn.
Of like, I literally just fucking ninja run across this entire fucking wall. Throwing any guard off the side and then open the door.
That's true, but that will also draw attention.
We're gonna draw attention no matter what. That's our goal.
I'd rather
is to
have
draw
the
as much
attention be drawn
as
when
we
we're
can.
like attacking and not scouting.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Because our crest breakers don't have any siege equipment, so if we get bogged down in combat and we can't open that gate, they will just be shot with arrows. Or guns. So I say we like come up I don't know, probably at the destroyed House of Thorn. There probably won't be much security there. And we work our way through the nobles' quarters, seeing what's up, seeing if there's any problems. Head to the farmlands gate. And then by the time we've scouted everything, our crest breakers should have raided and looted their way there. And then once we see they're in position, then we just raise the gate, start I don't know, set off some magic, do a bird call, whatever kind of signal we want, and let them in.
Message them on our tablet.
Yeah, that too.
I will draw a gate opening on our tablet.
Alright, because fucking emojis are canon now.
Yeah.
Do remember that item is like, I believe, frequency is like once per hour you can use.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Here, I could just post it. Boop.
Yeah, it's once per hour.
Yeah. Plus, we should also head back to the bilge and command our cultists to start slowly rallying people to start,
They already did.
bringing the loyal to start marching towards.
I mean, the only thing I
They have
mentioned
orders.
is that they are like,
They've been gathering new recruits.
yeah, gathering,
so.
prioritizing, but you didn't say that. Oh, hey, gather all of this chaff, all this cannon
Yeah.
fodder, because that's how. Probably before the next session, I will try to do like a proper like handout that pretty much gives like a detailed, if this will be needed, like gives detailed info like about specific cult assets. But yeah, they were not mentioned to like do anything with them. They're like just being introduced.
Yeah.
To the cult. And now I'm having to wonder what I want to do with Pretty Boy Johnny and his band of himbos.
Oh, the himbo.
As in, because like Kaya didn't specifically go out of her way to like get them introduced to the cults. I wonder if like they would do that on their own or they just
Yeah, Lily.
would have
What are we doing
perished.
with himbo gang?
I mean,
you
Kaya
with
wasn't
us?
doing anything with them before the drowning started happening, so
Yeah.
now I have to like consider what would have happened
they
with
dead?
them.
Yeah. All right, sound off. Who's not dead?
Can I have send him to like, I don't know, talk to someone somewhere else so he's not nearby?
So you would have done that before the drowning happened?
Yes.
And before the bridges were destroyed, because that's also important.
Yeah. Before the bridges got destroyed. If not, that's okay. I have another idea.
I mean, that's possible. I was just considering some sort of check, and out of curiosity, what would be the other idea?
The other idea will be like, hey, dude, I'm a fish. Wanna be fish with me? And then just
Fish?
well, that's the abridged version, but just like attempt to
Join me.
make him
and
loyal
become
to
fish.
Seduce him with your cephalopod pheromones to turn.
And
to
if
the
it doesn't
violent
work,
fish.
kill him.
Does a really cool light show like cuttlefish do with their little like camouflage and is like
The city's
okay,
going
are
to
you-
crazy.
have you fallen for
Everyone's
me yet?
going to this cult. I don't even know if I want to join this cult. Hold on
I
a
have
second.
the
And then
rape
does a
sticks.
backflip.
Honestly, I'm kind of vibing with the second option because I can now use his response.
Yes.
It's
Okay,
like
so
are you interested in my religion? Shows hot like cuttlefish woman.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
interested.
you interested in my religion?
so
Maybe I can do something to convince you. Does a sick ass backflip. Whoa!
okay, so at like time reverts a bit. So at some point during the recent past, but before the bridge got destroyed, before the drowning itself, Concerning like himbo or no himbo, he looked. He specifically like his gang of goons are like more kind of experienced like martial arts bandits, but he specifically was like looking pretty skilled in combat. Definitely more so than your typical commoner. So perhaps I imagine like perhaps at some point Kaya might have thought that, oh hey, we might as well use him as an asset if possible, because in like sporadic talks you had with him, he did something on the lines of like, you know, having a veil over his eyes. Like he didn't sound like particularly happy or loyal with the city. So in a secluded area you did the whole show of revealing yourself. I guess probably I imagine more going with the form of Ursula, as in the like half humanoid by the half octopus.
Yes.
Um,
Kind of. I think I gave Church the rundown, but I don't think he made an actual sketch.
Yeah, I didn't draw it yet.
that's fine.
Anyways, yes, just continue.
Yeah, because I just vaguely remember that you do have like sure full fish form, full humanoid form, but I also could have sworn you did mention having like the
Yeah, technically
the
my original form is my monstrous form, where I'm an octopus, like a giant octopus monster, and yes, it's kind of like Ursula, with like my bottom half is just like tentacles, but the upper part it is like kind of monstrous. It's not like, you know, fully humanoid. Half is just monstrous, vaguely humanoid upper half.
Okay. Gotcha. So, yeah, you can, if you access to the sheet, you can roll. Okay, so your diplomacy is not that great, but you can. I mean, it's either religion or performance. Like both, you have the same bonus in them. Pretty much the skill just gives different fluff of like either trying to inspire like a zeal in them, like religious zeal, or just do the proper megamind thing of like presentation.
Presentation.
Sean.
Do I have any circumstance for this?
Circumstance bonus, no, because this is less of a role for him, for Pretty Boy Johnny, more of like for the rest of the like martial artist goon squad.
Understood.
Johnny's confirmed already into it.
Yeah, that's there we go.
Okay,
That's much
there we
better.
go. Finally,
That's what we're talking about.
So
I pull out the pamphlet.
the
Join our cult.
yeah, so again with the abridged version, they found a new way, new religion. Pretty Boy Johnny responds like when what to say, Ursula, when Kaya shows her form, he puts his hand to his chin, tilts his head, like looks up and down, and nods. I can fuck a fish. And the rest of his gun squad just look between him and
Just
you.
this scene. Just this Johnny Bravo scene.
My mother warned me about girls like you. I was hoping she was right.
No offense, boss. I mean, you, boss. lady, like, you do you. We're just happy to stay alive and serve the new faith.
Hell yeah.
I was like, fine by
Himbos
me.
recruited.
Himbos have joined the party.
Excellent, excellent.
Which pretty much the main himbo is Johnny. The rest are they're less like actual cutthroat pirates slash bandits, more like delinquent vibe of rough
hooligans.
people, but at least
Bunch of
kind of like community figures. At least before shit went down.
Hell yeah.
So, boss lady, we are yours to command. So yeah, now that we have established this, then yeah, at some point, or probably when the final ritual was enacted, it was drowning. They pretty much I guess assembled at the bilge to be ready to be commanded.
Hell yeah. What do you want these boys to be doing?
These are the our new cultist boys, right?
Yes.
How about we start by burning Founder's Park to the ground?
That probably would be a good idea.
You know, topple statues, you know, the whole 9 yards, you know?
Speaking of Founder's Park, I don't remember. Maybe I have forgotten to edit the handout, but checked on it. And actually, you know what? Even if someone checked in the past and I didn't update, I don't think. No way. I think was it Timir or Kai? I think I mentioned something about Founder's Park is actually not more secure than you have expected.
I think I remember that being mentioned, yeah.
Something along living trees.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was the security is weirdly light here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're there's gotta be something in this shit.
Okay. In that case, let's not send the chaff in there, and instead let's fuck up the Mint District.
Yeah, basically they're different skills. As a whole, I'm considering tomorrow. Fucking shit, brain. In more abstract terms, as a whole, Pretty Boy Johnny and his himbo group, they are solidly experienced asset. But they will be pretty much very depleted or wiped out dealing with the living trees in the Founder's Park. There's complete chaff cannon fodder, which is those 30,000 of new air quotes slaves to the deep one. There's the Crestbreakers, which are the main combat group of 200 troops are the very experienced slash veteran. So they probably could have given the Royal Guard a good fight, but they probably the best they would have been able to do is get a Pyrrhic to force Royal Guard to get a Pyrrhic victory. And getting wiped out in the process. The Crestbreakers would have gotten wiped out in the process, but inflicting big casualties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I only thought about it shortly before the session, so yeah, I don't have the handout ready for this, but I try to like update the like asset list beforehand. But yeah, if you like check out like from a safe distance, like on the Founder's Park, both visually and for Kaya's magical senses, because of shit going down, they are no longer hiding, and you see the Founder's Park is bristling with like nature energy, and you see multiple living trees. They have specific name in the system. I just cannot recall off my top of my head, like arboreal something.
We can just call them Ents and move on. We know what those mean.
Yeah.
Evil tree.
Yeah.
I mean,
In that case,
we are in. This is not Middle Air, so clean, but yes, like ants, like lumbering around, and kind of like, at least from this side, like forming a defensive wall. I guess in terms of like other info that would have been very easy to glance at, to get from like even passive scouting of like overlooking stuff from like vantage point and seeing. There's, at least when it comes to Mint and Noble Quarters, there's not really much rioting going on. It's more of a case of either we are hunkering down and closing to attempt to weather the storm, or yeah, 99% that there are, but you probably would not have noticed them because this is a large city, and you know all the stuff is happening around the same time. Like there might have been like one or two well defended convoys of supplies going to the fortress temple. They're like unable to obviously evacuate everything, but some of those that are more connected with the ruling council, they like still believe they can weather the storm. But like, just to be safe, we can like deposit our assets in the like potentially safest place possible.
yeah.
And yeah, and they're also like going full mask off in terms of like full martial law. Yeah, there won't be like much, yeah, because most regular civilians, commoners, like starting to hunker down to weather the storm, to keep off from the streets. Whatever able body they can get, they I mean, I say commoners, like obviously there's some like better classes living in this site, but you know, when push comes to shove, they can still try to forcefully conscript some folks. Yeah, the general vibe is that the city is very much entering into the state of like, oh shit, oh fuck, all hands on deck, and we are just trying to desperately weather the storm, still foolishly believing that they can weather it.
Yeah. Alright, well, if they're locking down, we should like take over the Mint District, seize the banks.
We should let the crest breakers in, and then take the Mint District while they wreak havoc in the Noble Quarter, I think.
Yeah, we can do both. We can do both.
That's why I'm saying we just need to open the door for them.
Exactly. So like, send our waves into the Mint District, and we just slip through the sewers, go on ahead, open the door, while our our cult seizes the means of production in the Mint District.
I gather the squads, and I send our chaff and various cultists to the Mint District to cause chaos while we break into the noble quarter to open the door.
All right. And now I just remembered potentially third thing I was gonna say, which is now mostly auto character, but like in character it will become apparent as the time goes on. I think concerning everything that's going on, we would be already like a little bit more into the morning. That with pretty much city going into full wartime, like total defense under siege mode, and in a way social order slowly collapsing. At least for this city currently. Yeah, stuff like trade and whatnot have started to slowly lose value. As in, it's still fine, you know, rampaging through Mint District and whatnot. But probably cult getting right now like thousands of money and assets. It will not be immediately that useful.
Yeah. It'll be useful when we, reclaim the city in the name of the old one, the deep.
Yeah.
And actually, have it be what it should have been, kind of thing.
It will be useful for the future.
Plus, it also prevents the nobles from taking their shit and running. So there's that too.
Yeah,
Seeing as all their money is now in our hands.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to like get everything either. Okay. Okay, so all of you, I guess, including Kaya, you go to the Noble's Quarters gate to open the way for Crestbreakers. That correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay, so right. Bigger, of course, like reports that he will get the chaff, the newly initiated, to christen them in fire and start sending at least a few thousand of those newly serving folks to the Mint District to cause large-scale rioting, destruction, and looting. Forcing a reaction, meaning that you have a bit of an easier time getting there. Okay, so the gate thing will not be a full on proper encounter. I will do this as a skill challenge. And essentially here the goal is not to see if you succeed or not, but how well do you succeed how well your actions actually support the Crestbreakers and limit their own casualties. Because the gates are, even with all the distractions, the gates are not lightly defended on this side of the city. I would have imagined they had at least 2 ballistas per gate, plus at least dozen or 2 dozens of archers or crossbowmen. and whatnot. So, whatever skills you think would have worked here.
Well, I got 2 skills. I got athletics and I got stealth. Can I roll one of those?
I mean, I know which one I'm rolling.
Anything else.
I mean, yes, I specifically don't want like an attack roll because your combat prowess is not in question, but it's a matter of like, for example, if you go athletics, then like in character expansion is that we see how quickly Timir can act and how swiftly, like, you know, jump over the walls, climb, and whatnot. Because
I'd be Olympian.
You have those like feats that pretty much enable you to do this
do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I'd be wall jumping. I'd be using powerful leap.
Yes.
I'd be breaking and entering.
Yes, you are like wall jumping, doing the like whole Assassin's Creed shtick. And basically suddenly finding yourself like acting swiftly, decisively, and suddenly finding yourself the walls and getting into the faces of various archers and crossbowmen. That's one success. I don't know.
You just see Tamir like jump from a building onto the wall, and then you see archers getting thrown off. Like you don't see anything else.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he just chucks people off the wall.
Yeah,
well, you do that. I'll try and sneak my way into the ballista towers, and I'll focus on just sneaking in and just assassinating those ballista guards.
Yeah, the higher value targets and the ones that could potentially cause more damage to your.
Oh yeah, there we go.
To your folks.
Oh yeah, use Tamir as a distraction to just slip my way in, head up to the ballistae, slaughter the guards, and turn the ballistae from facing outside the wall to facing inside the wall.
All right.
Since we'll be able to use those. But yeah.
All right.
Sneaking in, and ghosting everyone I meet.
Kaya.
Yeah.
Any ideas on your end to assist in this? So, like, how would Kaya potentially contribute?
She's told me if she
challenge?
stops responding, she might have a narcolepsy nap. So let me.
That's all right. I mean, either that or JP did write that they might have stepped. Like, we'll have to go buy something at some point during the session.
Head to the shop.
I can roll for her instead.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah. I mean, on my end, I thought of like 2 ways that Kaya could have potentially assisted in this.
Yeah.
Well, one is medicine. Basically limit casualties taken by the Chrisbreakers. As in, like, some of them might have been like heavily injured during initial fighting, and her medicine means that you basically like necessarily limit casualties from the situation. Basically, like, bring them up to like prime pristine condition.
Knowing her, she probably would pick that one.
Yeah.
So
then feel free to.
seems like mostly what she would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and an hour has passed, so you get.
Oh yeah.
0 point.
Do I want to reroll and risk rolling lower than a 12?
I mean, you rolled above half on the dice, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, using hero point on that is kind of more risky, I'd say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I shall leave it. 29.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's total success. 3 out of 3. You're able to pretty much wipe the guards that are stationed around the gate area. Take over the ballista towers and pretty much cause some more mayhem, like shooting it inside the city at some like 1 or 2 maybe respawning guard squadrons or mercenary bands, like scattering them to the winds. Yeah, the Curse I mean, at this quick interaction, they don't look like they don't really look like they're like wearing all gold. But I'd say like on average, like their members might have gotten like 1 or 2 like nice things from the Explorators' quarters. Maybe some potions, oils, like less in the terms of like permanent items, more in terms of consumables, but they look more more decked. And I guess from the walls you would have seen like some of the like smoke rising from their path of destruction and looting, which it's also the same from Min District. And as you are doing the guard thing, the gate thing, let me roll for something. You also see a few billows of smoke rising from the Min District. All of your perception is pretty good, so with your passive perception you can like focusing, listening through the sound of falling rain. You can hear faint echoes of like alarm bells, whistles carrying through the wind, so it definitely sounds like the destruction, like the chaos, the anarchy, and looting is in the full swing. But of course, like from your current location, you can't really pick up of like what's the exact situation or how is the cold faring. At least not now. Because like, yeah, you do have some like, not talking about the chaff, like because they have like the chaff gives like the most numbers, but like the experienced fighters, the Himbo squad, Crestbreakers, they are still like, heavily outnumbered. As I think I mentioned last session, that you still have to consider them like if you put them in like open frontal combat, the city forces would have still outnumbered you, but of course we are trying to play this smart by causing distractions and whatnot, so and you can hear as Boltok is like leading the men, the former freed slaves. He's like, fear not, men, your thirst for revenge will be quenched today, but let us not waste energy on pointless acts of destruction. Do not lose focus. Let us be sharp and strike fast and where it will hurt the city the most. Although as he's giving those like motivational speeches, he's of course always like nodding towards you and like awaiting. I mean, not awaiting, but like obviously listening if there are any new commands or directives.
Looks at Recluse because the last time I did a speech, I quoted our god wrong, and it was really embarrassing.
Yeah. Hey, let me think. Is there anything else?
By the way, sorry that I'm. Okay, do you see the like just below the name? Do you see the icon?
Yeah.
Yes, I see the icon.
Okay. Okay.
Icon visible.
Yeah, because if it's ever needed, I can get into the and out of a district that way. Of course, specific districts I mentioned, they were not like made for this session.
Yeah. I think the only thing for them to watch out for would be keep an eye out and gather any rope or ladders we might need, because I have a feeling we're going to need to scale this wall rather than trying to do a frontal assault through the main gate. Especially since they do seem to have a bunch of houses right next to the fortress walls. So...
Yeah, but the Fortress Monastery is like, again, the map is not 100% accurate, like direct. So the fortress is in itself is built on a hill. So there's no situation when like you can go on the rooftop of a building and just hop over. Like the walls and the fortress is like higher than the like building rooftops.
In that case, we'll still need the ladders and the rope.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
either that, or if they happen to find any explosives, like barrels of gunpowder, that would also work too. Though I doubt we'll find any in the Noble Quarter or the Mint District.
You would know because I think your party has that information. If you want them to procure that, it would take more. Like honestly, you would have time. Because pretty much right now the initiative is in your hands. I mean, sure, it's still fine to be what's the fucking word? Striking iron while it's hot. But the potential biggest source of gunpowder would be at Port Bastion.
Yeah.
Which is the second most. At least it was. The situation might have changed, but it was second most defended, most protected location after Fortress Monastery. Fortress Temple, fuck. We are not. This is not a Space Marine chapter.
Yeah. Well, if we make it through and we find it, because I presume since the guards of the city presumably use firearms, since we've run into some of them.
Yeah.
If we find any of their outposts or any of their I don't know. What's the word I'm thinking of? If we find one of their precincts, I guess.
I get what you mean.
Could raid them we could raid those for gunpowder, because we're not trying to destroy the whole wall. We just need to make an opening, so...
Yeah, but I'm gonna say the
a few barrels
wall,
is all we'll need.
If there's one place that didn't spare expense when it comes to defenses, when it comes to security, including magical one, is the fortress.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know that Recluse has some experience in finding weak spots and sabotaging. The bridges prove that. It will be significantly harder to do that when it comes to Fortress Monastery. Not impossible, but the DC will be
Yeah,
higher.
which is more
Just
difficult.
warning.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say like, do you leave the scavenging for gunpowder and like all the useful items like ropes and whatnot only to the red breakers, to like NPC stuff, or is anyone of you like actively assisting in this?
I help.
I'll
I've
probably
definitely
actively
do.
assist since I'm, the demolitions expert in this particular group.
I'll help
So
with
I'm-
carrying things. I'm very strong.
Okay.
So
So-
we're probably like zigzagging our way along with the forces. Just anytime we find a guard outpost,
I'm gonna
search any for
say-
barrels.
I'm gonna say, let's see. Give me a moment, I need to double check the description of...
Yeah.
Sense direction, no. Cover extract, no. Okay, so it will be 2 skills. And one of you will have to roll. Will actually probably to be like a recluse with crafting. And Timir, I guess, with perception.
Perception.
So I'm gonna say it's a matter of like actually finding this shit and then and then through crafting
Roll the exact same. All right.
Yeah.
and
Very
then
well.
through crafting, like ensuring then the number found is like sufficient enough to perhaps procure like a explosive with enough punch.
Yeah.
AKA recluse like figuring out, oh hey, I can figure out how to make a fucking termite charge.
Yeah. Do we have enough of them? Bombs. These are bombs. They're from the bomb factory. They're bombs.
I almost saw that one.
I also saw that one. Let's reroll using hero point, please and thank you. There we go. Much better. Much better.
Okay. So with those results, I'm gonna say that what you are able to procure over the... I'm gonna say like at this point in time we are approaching like it's like past noon. And the weather doesn't change. Like it might have been just a tiny bit brighter.
But it's still tropical storm.
Yes, but it's
It's
definitely...
raining sideways.
It's definitely tropical storm, heavy dark clouds, the tension is thick in the air. But of course, for you, it's like breath of fresh air as things are going down. I'm gonna say with that result, you are able to find enough gunpowder like explosive substance for recluse to craft it into a like shaped termite charge. And even like we can explain that like you need something with like strong localized punch as you figure this out after poring over the blueprints. Poring over the blueprints of that you received from the merchant. So you know that this will be enough to create a breach, but only for like one person at a time.
Yeah.
So it will be pretty like limiting, but it's still something.
Yeah. Plus, a hole in the wall means we have people always flowing in, which creates enough of a distraction. So hopefully we can get ladders and ropes going. Plus, we have a guy who can like climb walls like Spider-Man. So just give him a rope and he'll just get to the top
I
of the
do
wall.
jumping.
Yeah. Which will help.
Yeah. Okay. Right, and because like when you were traveling to noble quarters from the Redlow district, I guess you were using the sewers again.
Yep.
Okay, so
So we know those will be completely clear, considering given an entire district was flooded. I imagine all the sewers are currently flooded.
and not necessarily. I mean, the Redlow district, sure, that's completely fucked. Like the sewer system is like gone pretty much.
Yeah, it's just underwater.
The one on the eastern side is like, it's definitely getting more water from the constant rain.
Hmm.
So there are sections when it is actually like, flooded and you don't have to worry about. But it's gonna be a different thing. So whoever would have been going can roll, I don't know, would be like Timir's survival check, I guess. Again, because I think Timir is like the best with survival.
I think they are.
I have
Yeah,
13.
Timir is like the only one that's like, trained in survival.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Okay, with F23, yeah, we're able to avoid any overwhelming danger. You probably meet like one like smaller patrol of hydromancers that are trying to like control the flow of water that's going through the sewers. But yeah, at current point in time, they don't pose too much threat to you, so they can be handled off screen. But you do notice something, because you steer clear, like avoid danger, but passing by some of the corridors that would have been leading like beneath the fortress, not to mention that would have like had to force your way through from the grates. Like the fortress is secured from all sides, but they also did like an extra thing for the underground, for the sewers, because you would see in the distance like the rolling fog-like haze. I would have to check if this setting, if the system Pathfinder has like specific thing, but it's pretty much like their version of like nerf mustard gas deployed.
Oh, cloud kill.
Oh yeah,
Alright, well,
I mean that
if we
would be
can
like
find some
more
ammonia.
like more like pure magical like solution, and I'm thinking about more of a like more alchemical, mundane based. Let's see if they have. I mean, there's a hazard. Okay, so like in short, it's basically like they are constantly pumping poison gas, essentially like a nerf / mustard gas, to the sewers, and like filling it into, like it is possible to like survive through it, but because they're using a more potent version, it would have been like slightly higher difficulties and damages, which you would still have like a solid chance of passing, but slightly less so for like the chaff would be fucked completely.
Yeah.
Bulltalk and some of his like most experienced troops, like they are fortitude based people, so
Yeah, they'd be.
they might have been like fine, but you know, still no guarantees.
Yeah.
But that was like the thing you found out like along the way as you were going to the gate.
Yeah.
And now like we are back to the present time. Yeah, your Chris Breakers, like looking the place, looking for probably more ropes.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine in a town like this, ropes are easier to find than ladders.
I mean, and the ladders wouldn't be high enough to reach the top.
Yeah.
Of the fortress walls, while also like trying to act swiftly, slink between the streets to not get bogged down by like a larger patrols. Of course, no matter how sneaky you are, after a group of certain size starts wrecking shit, you know, the alarm bells and whistles start going off in the noble quarters as well.
Yeah.
Like people screaming, shouting, some building catching fire, even with rain, like, you know, like a singular building. Like it might prevent like actual fire from spreading, but you know, you were correct saying that, you know, stuff burning on the inside will still like the fire will still expand and whatnot. And at some point past the noon, runner from the cult will arrive and say, Igor has a status update. The newly inducted placed themselves pretty well in the main district, but we took a few thousand casualties, which has like leaves you with the chaff. Now it's like around 26,000 left.
Yeah.
And and Igor has Igor is fine if the chaff is to be thrown into sacrificial pyre to pay for their sins, but if the masters are willing to make them a bit more effective at being a distraction, there's a potential target to consider.
Please. Gestures to Igor. To continue.
I mean, that's like a... Actually, you know what? Maybe Igor himself would have like actually came up to you, like assisted, flanked by his most trusted and
Most
like
elite
Oraforming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
cultist.
Good shit,
Yeah.
Igor.
That yes, masters, the thing is that most of the chaff, I mean, we managed to procure and find some basic, like some sticks, basic swords, but not in enough number. We don't really have 30, well, now we only need like 20 or so thousand of weaponry. And if there is a place that the Royal Guard would have been almost forced to react unless the High Priest turns to be an even bigger coward and just doesn't let them go flat out. There is an armory nearby, like quite close to the fortress. That Igor believes from the information we have wired that the captain of the guard, Hell Knight's officer, the important one, Igor doesn't remember his proper rank, they are gathering there. And Igor thinks the masters could have killed two birds with one stone, raiding the armory to arm the chaff. So the chaff will still die gloriously, but at least they will die gloriously taking someone with them. And also dealing a heavy blow to the city's security and having the best chance to force the royal guard out the fortress. The High Priest may not know who exactly is causing trouble, but by now he certainly knows that trouble is coming, so Igor thinks you can kill 3 birds with one stone. Perhaps with this action masters will be able to bait him into deploying royal guards, thinking he will be able to ambush and kill you.
Bro,
Not a bad idea.
lure him out.
At least lure out as many of the guards as we can. The more we lure out, the easier it'll be to take.
Igor is pleased to serve.
If I could give you a promotion, I would, but that's kind of like Kaya's thing. I don't really know how that works.
Gifts will be handed out after we reclaim the city
True,
for the
we
deep.
do have some shit to do first, but then I'm gonna find a way to get you promoted. It'll be great.
Okay. Alright. I do have a map. I don't have the exact location of the armory on the city map, but that's slightly less important.
Not necessarily as important, yeah.
It's the vibe check.
Yeah, you can just put like a circle on the map and be like, it's roughly here, and that's good enough.
And we'll just be like, hell yeah, there it is.
Because I even started thinking like, where the fuck the armory would be?
It'd probably be like here, ping. Like there, right? Wouldn't it?
Fine, you know what?
Like centrally located near the temple. Near the gladiator district in case those motherfuckers break out like they did.
Like they did, yeah.
Yeah, like they did already.
Like here-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. I'll just assign some of our cultists to just guard the bomb, since I'm not taking the bomb with us to go do that.
Somebody sent us a bomb.
A bomb. This is a bomb. But I'll essentially just instruct them to like keep it hidden in the sewers until we need it, or until I tell you to go get it.
You know, the sewers may not be the best idea because gunpowder and explosive substance doesn't like water.
I mean, it's packed in there, but yeah, I don't know. Just put it somewhere. Put it somewhere out of the way, so no one will accidentally find it.
I mean, I'm gonna say with the rolls you had, you did reasonably well in like securing it. Like the rain itself will not bother it, but like, you know, it's still, there's still potential risk, even by accident, of like some like dumping in the water. So
And I'll just tell them to go put it somewhere safe and dry, and then stay there and keep it secure. Because it'll be our key to getting the fortress walls blown open.
of course,
Give them the old.
we'll protect it and with our lives. We'll treat it as a sacred relic, which I guess further down the line it might as well be.
And assuming any of it survives the explosion. Yeah, with the bomb secured, we'll make our way to the armory.
That's
The longer this, like, destroying the city goes on, the more I'm reminded of, like, the first Dune book.
Yes.
We are the Freemen. We just need Big Worm, and then this is Dune, guys.
we are with big worms.
Yeah.
JP, are you perhaps
worm.
awake?
Lily. I'm
Yes, I
gonna call
think-
her on. I'm gonna call
I think
I'll be
heard
right back.
something over the Discord, but I might have been like mumbling through
Let's
It might have
sleep.
been
Murmuring.
background noise. Let
Or
me.
their cat just batting at the mic.
Oh yeah, there might have been a cat as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be calling this soon because I'd rather give Derp a chance for next week to see if we can like get like
Yeah, have
full-
him at least here for some of the big
full-
stuff.
Full party for the like big combat.
Plus, having a guy whose power is come look at me and kneel will be pretty
I
helpful
think
in
she's
making
like
a distraction.
Mega
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
she's,
was
like,
saying
big
to
Dawn.
Monk that I was gonna call it here as we are
Yeah.
arriving here, at least to like one because of JP, but to like give their chance for next week to like
Yeah.
at least join the like proper combat because it's
Yeah.
gonna be a beefy one.
Yeah. And she's had like
Plus-
a really eventful week.
That's understandable. And I guess JP
Unfortunately.
is still like recovering from concussion. I
Well,
don't know
it's
how long
not
does
just
take.
that. She's just had
Yeah, I
like
mean,
she had her boss's boss come in to work today,
Ah,
and yeah, she's been working like overtime, and she also stayed up really late. Not yesterday, but the day before, because it was her birthday, and she always stays up really late on her birthday. So she's just like dead.
Yeah. Plus, I also want Derp's character to be here. He seems like he'd be good at making a distraction.
Yes, yes.
As opposed to like me, who is more of like a subtle guile guy, and then big horse.
Yeah, big horse and puppet combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Having a magical ability to tell people to like look at me and kneel will be pretty helpful in making a distraction.
Yeah, and also the screams and like fucking makes people bleed out of their eyes and shit.
Yeah. Like uses my
Pretty
psychic
useful.
powers to make your brain explode.
Yeah. Indeed.
But it's gonna be less of like stealthy approach because by this point in time, everyone knows that some shit is going down.
Oh,
and
yeah.
every guard is on like high alert, actively looking for threats and whatnot. So
They'll be like,
Ah.
we brought the party to you as we like kick the door down.
Yeah. And while you guys do that, I'll be sneaking around the outside trying to do silly rogue stuff.
Mhm. Indeed.
yeah, here it's like a very like enclosed, protected area. So we'll have like what you see on the map is what you get. So you will have to like get into the. Well, it's like the gate will be like blown open. The ballista things like taken care of, like guards taken care of just before. But other troops, well, you have to work on your own as well. And I don't know. Do you wanna do the questions or
We should probably wait.
not really?
We should probably
Then,
wait,
We
yeah.
can.
Because I
Probably
feel
wait.
like
Wait for them.
post next session we'll be in like a state where it's like, all right, we've either won or we're about to siege the fort. So
Yeah.
depending on how long the combat takes. So
Yeah, I'm thinking like this will be like the big thing, then like the fort, and then probably like I will have to find like a royal chamber, like throne room esque map for like the final fight with the High Priest, the
Exciting.
traitor, which probably will be the final for the campaign.
Mm.
Which honestly, depending on everything, it might be like, I don't know, 1, 2, like we might have like between 4 to 5 sessions left, but I'm terrible at giving like.
I'm similarly terrible at giving estimations.
I mean, I learned after last Survivors, I'm like, I think this might be a shorter campaign, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna call it.
If you
for-
could do me a
Yeah?
favor and move Lily to the AFK channel, because she's fucking gone, and then whenever she
No.
wakes up, she can just move herself
You
out.
could also just disconnect her. You
Yeah,
could
I don't
also
know if
do that.
it's an option.
I think I should.
Now, assuming if you have the privileges set correctly, you should.
But
since
I do
assume
not.
this
I
is
don't
your-
want to. Honestly, yeah, disconnect. I think that's the option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not kick or ban, it's the disconnect.
Yeah, I was like,
thing.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah. Like, you know what? Banned.
I don't want to use the wrong
Get
option.
out of here.
You fell asleep once. Ah, Shadow
How
Realm with
dare
you.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of sleep, I'm probably gonna go back to
Yeah.
sleep myself.
Similar. Yeah.
Thanks for participating,
Thank you for session.
and hopefully
was good.
see you next
Bye.
week. Yeah, later.
Goodbye,
Let's
everyone.
sleep ourselves.